Now, welcome to Shakedown Zone, your weekly look at the highlights, news, and opinions from the world of racing. I'm Matt Doolittle, here to get you all caught up on the NASCAR chase for the Sprint Cup. We are down to only 2 races left before we crown our new champion, but before we did that, we had some business to attend to at the Texas Motor Speedway for the AAA Texas 500. We start with the furious action that is a 5-hour rain delay. Luckily, they have lights in Texas and a big old TV that actually has a name called Big Haas to light up the track, so we were getting this in one way or another on Sunday night. The first caution would fly on lap 144 when Paul Menard goes spinning, but the chaser affected would be Kyle Busch in the M&M's 18 for Joe Gibbs Racing, who had to come in for a hole in the nose of the car. The crew boys threw some Alabama chrome on there and got him out quick. Now, it wasn't a great night for Austin Dillon in the 3 car. On lap 255, somebody didn't listen to his spotter, and he wasn't clear of the 23 car of David Reagan. Dillon would go for a spin, but save it. But things didn't get much better for him throughout the night. The 3 car would slide up in front of Kevin Harvick in the 4 car. Honestly, Dillon should have known better than that. Harvick gives Dillon a little tappy tap, 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 woo, and sends him sliding into the outside wall. The pole sitter's night would be done, and their team wasn't too happy with Happy Harvick.
Yeah, he flat out wrecked him, man. Just write down that number. We're going to Phoenix next week. He's going to have to win. We don't. That's crazy, man.
And with the rain coming in again on the night, Carl Edwards would take advantage of some pit road strategy to stay out late in the race. With 41 laps to go, the skies would open up and Carl Edwards is heading to Homestead to contend for his first championship. Let's hear from the Texas winner.
I think it's really high up there for me. We did a good job. I felt like we worked hard in practice. We spent a little bit of time last night discussing what we were going to do. Dave actually ran me off from his bus. Told me that no other driver was arguing with their crew chief about.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah. I can't remember what I asked. Somebody pointed out that I was probably the only one wearing his crew chief out at that moment. But
and it paid off. You won.
Yeah, right. So, I left. But so I don't know what you asked me. But where does it rank? Yeah, I feel like this is what we needed to do, and we were able to do it. And there's a lot of pride in that. I mean, this sport is so tough to be able to do something like this and to run the way we did tonight when we need to, and the pit crew to perform the way they did. That's really great. I think it's a testament to the team Coach Gibbs has put together.
That's 2 winners that we know for sure are heading to the Homestead Miami Speedway for the Ford EcoBoost 400 to contend for the Sprint Cup. That's going to be Jimmy Johnson and Carl Edwards so far. So let's see who still has a fighting chance in this thing. Kurt Busch, with a 20th place finish in Texas, is the least likely to advance at the bottom of the standings. Although Carl's points aren't great, that doesn't matter because he's a winner. He gets the chicken dinner and gets to move on. Kevin Harvick has a lot of points to make up if he's going for a second title. And Denny Hamlin had a top 10 finish and sits right on the current cutoff line, so it's going to be a tough must-win weekend for him. By points, these are the rest of the standings, but we know that Jimmy and Carl are the only 2 for sure heading to Miami with a chance to win. Now, here are the scenarios for everyone else to advance. It's going to be a tough weekend. Of course, any of them win, and it's an automatic place in the championship. However, Joey Logano and Kyle Busch are the only 2 that can move on with a second-place finish, which would lock them in on points should none of the chasers win. Kenseth, Hamlin, Harvick, and Busch need a win in order to advance. It's that simple, right? It's that simple, right? No, that's simple. Okay. Now, it is, of course, Tony Stewart's last season as a full-time Cup driver, and it's not easy to say we won't see him in a few specialty races as a backup driver like Jeff Gordon down the road. But Old Smoke is moving on, but he's kept that retirement tour pretty quiet. However, this was Texas, and they were going to make sure he went out in a big way.
As of this moment, they're on double secret probation.
So Texas wanted to give us a look at what I'm sure a day in the life of Tony Stewart is like. Then they gave him a going-away gift. The first 30,000 fans at the track got a normal-sized bobblehead of the 3-time champ, and he got a giant, larger-than-life one to take home with him. I have no idea how that thing is going to fit in his trunk or where he's going to put it. Tony has a special relationship with the track, though. He won there twice, and he helped raise more than $1.7 million for the Texas chapter of the Speedway Children's Charity. So Tony's kept everything pretty quiet. No one's really given him anything special on his going out tour, but it's going to be interesting to see how the three-time champ wraps up his tour. He could win this weekend. He has one win this year on a road track, so if he wins this weekend, it could even be special, even if he doesn't have anything to give us at Homestead. All right, on the other side of the break, I get the chance to sit down with the Director of Communications for the Homestead Miami Speedway, Neil Gulkas, to chat about the upcoming festivities for the Ford Championship weekend at the Homestead Miami Speedway, and some other hot topics about the industry, about diversity racing, and about the up-and-comers in the sport. You won't want to miss that. But first, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram as Shakedown Zone, and on Twitter as Shakedown_Zone to interact with us and tell me why I'm wrong about almost everything. We'll be right back after this.